Every week, except in the depth of winter, more than 200 fairs travel from site to site, up and down Britain. 4,000 families move with the caravans, each working independently for itself, all of them belonging to one of the closest knit communities in the world, the travelling show people. For some, the season begins in earnest at Knutsford Heath in Cheshire, early in May. Michael Collins, a tycoon of the fair business, is the lessee there. With his father and nephew, he marks out where the roundabouts have got to go. From their owners, and the owners of stalls and sideshows, he will retrieve the £300 he's paid in rent for the heath, plus, with luck, a little profit.
Well, we've always lived in caravans, and we've all been born in them. I wouldn't like anything else. And to go in a house, I'd be a bit frightened with the stairs and that many doors. I think I feel a little bit hemmed in.
Michael Collins, who puts up and pulls down his waltzer 41 times in a year, is the 5th generation of a large and famous fairground family. Few people get into the fairground business except through birth or marriage. Nearly all belong to the Showmen's Guild.
My great-grandfather and grandmother had a boxing booth travelling the fairs. And my grandfather and grandmother used to spar in the ring in the boxing booth. My grandmother being a lady boxer, she used to spar with my grandfather. And maybe if they'd had a row one night, he used to give her accidentally on purpose a little dig to get his own back.
If you're a member of the Showmen's Guild, you can't just let ground to anybody who isn't a member. They must be members. And they're very strict eligibility rules. You must be either born in the job or marry a girl in the job, and we try to keep it exclusive that way. It has been called the most exclusive trade organisation or trade union in the world. I don't know whether that's true or not, but it's pretty exclusive.
Now, in the Showmen's Guild, we have a 2-year ruling, which means that if a man attends with the same tattle for 2 consecutive years, he has a ruling as long as he still wants to attend. If he misses 1 year, he's forfeited his rights. This does not apply to novelty shows, that is, shows that show 5-legged cows or a 2-legged or a 2-faced woman or a bearded man or a bearded woman, but because these shows are a novelty, and they, once they've been to a fair once, they don't usually come back again, because once a person sees them, they don't want to see them again.
And there's other sides of this fairground life that's not people don't realise. There's the clergy pays very few visits paid up to clergies. I'm not particularly getting any different denomination. I myself are RC, and I'm very badly neglected, speaking for myself. I've spoke to several priests quite recently about this matter. Very seldom they come near us, which I don't think is quite right, especially when you see the expenses sending these missionaries out to Africa and different places. There's a lot they could do at home, isn't there? Don't you think so yourself?
Absence of clergy seems to cause no special distress to the travelling labourers, the tough, hard-living gaff lads, who before the season ends will have put up the big roundabouts 30 or 40 times. Most gaff lads frequently change from one employer to another. Some do a spell in prison. Many grumble about the life.
Well, I've been on this job now for about 13 years, and what's in it, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. There's nothing, there's no interest in it, you can't get nowhere. You're rough, you're living rough, your money's rough, your food's rough. In fact, everything's rough. The average workman on here gets about £7.10 a week. That's for 7 days. He sleeps where he can find his bed.
Well, we've got a caravan now. We're one of the ones that's got the caravan. It's not too bad, but there's some of them on the ground now that sleeps under some of the machines.
We should get about at least £8 a week. And £8 a week, £8 a week, and £8 a week, and a pair of jeans thrown in every week, because we're always dirty when we're opening up. When the time comes for opening up the machine, we're always dirty. Well, there's one thing I want to say about the girls what come down on to the fair lads, you see. I mean, we don't want, sometimes we want to bother and sometimes we don't. But this what gets me about. If a girl comes down and she's well dressed and this and that, now something happens and the parents or the police come down and they take us up to court through them, and we find out they're underage, you see. Well, we don't know they're underage at the time. Some do, but some don't. So what they do, because we're fair lads, they say, well, right, he's a fair lad and that's it. So they send him to jail for about 3, maybe 6 months.
Once the big machines are up, it's customary in this part of the country for owners of stalls and sideshows to draw lots for position.
Yeah. Count the names out first. Who's got the names?
You got the names.
Alfie Milan Jr. 33. Mr. Russell. 16. 16. K. Hopkins. 22.
Yeah, next one, please.
H. Wallace. Number 1.
Oh, I bet the jackpot.
It's a twist.
Some stall holders also own a roundabout. Most have several stalls. They reckon they need one more for every addition to the family. Matty Moran only got into the Showmen's Guild after years of trying, although he had been a fairground boxer since he was 15. Gypsy Rosa Lee, as a fortune teller, will never be admitted. She and her family set up their caravan